Welcome back to another video. Today, I'm going to be showing off my disc selection. As you can see here, I have 4 stacks. I also have my bag down here. I'm not going to do a full in the bag video because I know I already did one of those, but I'm kind of just going to give you guys an update so you guys really have an idea of all the discs that I have. And I'm just going to kind of go through all of them. So let's get into it. All right, so before I get started on this first stack, I'm going to run through my bag real quick, just some additions that I've had. I kind of mentioned them in the last video, but this is what my bag currently looks like. I traded the Pig for an Envy. I'll switch back to it. It just feels better. Then I'm also testing out this MD3. You guys saw it in my last video, the Iron Samurai. It feels really nice, so I'm just gonna bag it for a few weeks and we'll see if it stays in there. The PD is pretty much replacing my, just pretty much overstable fairway. And all of these, I'm just kind of testing out right now. My bag comes and goes with discs. Most of these will probably stay in the bag for this season, but I mean, you never know. Everything in my bag is open to change. So next up is the Lux Vapor FD1. You guys saw how much I love this disc in the last video, so putting it in the bag for now. Another addition to the bag is the Swirly S-Line PD2. You guys saw me throw it in the last video. It is a beefcake, no matter how much I said that it wasn't. It is. And then the last 2 additions are the FD and the Groove. I know the Groove is a little bit controversial. I needed a high-speed driver that was flippy, and I've been waiting to beat in the Wraith, but it's just not there yet. And this Groove, I mean, it's pretty much a roller disc, but if you get just the right amount of power and right amount of hyzer, you can get some pretty beautiful lines out of it. So that's what's in the bag for now. Let's get into the first stack. So here, starting off the stack, I have the Link, which you guys got in the mystery box. Nothing too special about it. This is a glitch. It is a little bit warped, but I won this at a tournament. I love the all black look, and I mean, a glitch is a glitch. Shout out Mitch for this PA3. This was my first straight flying putter that I was testing out towards the middle of last summer. If you're from Nebraska and are in the disc golf community, you probably know what Boomfest is in Norfolk. In that tournament, I played MA3 and I managed to snag 2nd place. I was in the running for 1st place, but my putting let me down a lot. And yes, it was also due to my inconsistency, but it was also due to me putting with a Pig, as I mentioned before. And so this was one of the first putters, straight flying putters that I tried out. I like it. I would recommend it. I don't hate on it, but I don't know. It might just be the plastic or the fact that it has a bead. I don't know. It was clicking for me at first. It was what I needed for a straight flying putter. And I mean, I stuck with the P2, so that's just where I'm at. So shout out to the disc golf community here in Grand Island. This is a Muse, which I actually got on Christmas Eve. I can't think of their name off the top of my head, so I'll just pop it up on screen here. But they gift wrapped a bunch of discs and they left them out on the course for anyone to just drive by and pick one. But yeah, this is Muse. Honestly, it feels really nice. It might be a decent putting putter, but I mean, it's just cool disc to have. Next up is this bottom stamped Luna. Luna's was actually my first putter that I really, really wanted to love, solely based on the fact that Paul Macbeth was putting with them and he's one of my all-time favorite players. I really, really wanted to love the Luna. I don't. But I thought it was too cool of a stamp to just let go or give to someone, so this one, I don't think I'm ever getting rid of it. Next up is this like Chucky Halloween Buzz. Hopefully you guys can see that. Not much to say about it, just glow buzz. I do have a lot of glow discs because I was trying to build my glow bag this past summer, and I snagged an Envy and a Lift. If you guys are trying to build your own glow bag, I would heavily recommend going to MVP. They have amazing glow plastic. It's the best, I think. This thing I actually got in a Foundation mystery box. They're like their monthly box. I mean, it's Discraft. I'm not a huge fan of their drivers or fairways. Shout out Miguel for both of these destroyers. This one I actually bagged for quite a while, for a couple months actually. Really sick stamp that he drew. Just with Sharpie, it's pretty impressive. And then same thing with this one. I bagged both of these for, I think both of them at the same time for a couple months, and they've just worked their way out of my bag. Good backups though. This bad boy was, I think, my all-time favorite Buzz, besides the other one that I have. Back at my college course, I managed to snag an ace on it. I have the picture of when I aced, but I don't have anything written on the back because I didn't know at the time. But yeah, this baby was a big workhorse for me in the bag at one point. This, I believe, is a Glow A5, kind of really terrible glow. Not the best. But if you guys don't know Prodigy, it's just it's a zone pretty much. I don't hate it. I don't love it. It's just I don't throw too much Prodigy. So this Saint is actually glow plastic as well, which I was very surprised to find that out. I imagine that it would only be the rim because the center's pink, but the whole thing is glow. And this was also a big workhorse in the back for me at one point. This Hex I won at a tournament. Really sick stamp actually. Back when I didn't know much about disc golf, I thought that the Hex was a overstable mid-range, and I was very confused for a couple of months because, as most of you might know, it's either a straight flying or straight to understable with a slight fade at the end. And so when I was throwing this, I was getting really upset at, why is it turning over and why is it not overstable? But I have learned since then. I mean, I wouldn't be upset if I bagged a Hex, but there's just no room for it. Here's stack number 2. As you guys saw in the mystery box, Neo DD3. I mean, it's pretty much a cloud breaker. Not much I can say about it. This fuse was kind of a staple in the bag for quite a bit. I really love the roundness of the rim. Super flippy, lots of glide. I replaced it for an Origin, and I'm loving the Origin so far. This is the spare cloud breaker that I have. Shout out Thomas for letting me get this off of him. It's literally the exact same run as the other one. This is the pig that was in the bag a couple weeks ago. Pink Zone OS, good backup for my other Zone OS that's in the bag. As much as I love the buzz, I hate the Big Z plastic. It does not feel good for me. I love the buzz mold, but just some of the Discraft plastic, I just really don't enjoy. So the next half of the stack, this buzz. This thing is a beauty. This was actually my first disc that I ever found, like just at a park. There was no name or number on it. No one was there. It was like buried under the leaves and stuff. And this is the reason why I love buzzes. It's a Crystal Z buzz. I believe it was it's a tournament buzz because there's it says Disc Golf Day Nighter, hosted by Fairway Flyers. But yeah, a lot of sentimental value with this disc. This one's definitely retired, I think. I don't think it's ever getting in the bag. I beat it up a lot. Obviously, as you can see, the stamp faded away. I have here the 20-year anniversary buzz. I mean, realistically, I only got this because I love the buzz. I thought it was cool to have. I bought 2 of them, actually. I bought 2 of them, one to throw and then one to keep. I doubt it'll ever go up in value, but it's a cool collector's item to have, I think. I have 2 more buzzes here. This one's actually really cool. It's from Foundation. I forget what plastic it is, but pretty much when you put it in the sunlight, it turns purple. It's like a UV disc. And shout out Trevor Staub from Foundation. I took this to Nationals with me because I knew they were gonna be there, and I kind of fanboyed when I saw them and I asked for his signature, and it was really cool. He's a pretty dope guy. So just bacon and eggs buzz. I thought it was cool. I'm probably just gonna hang this one up. I don't think I'll ever throw it. This is my first Hex, the one that I thought it was overstable. It's 100% not. Buzz OS. This one actually have an ace on it. So funny thing about this, when I was in college at the disc golf course, the disc golf club, we made a team and B team bet. Pretty much whoever had the worst score had to come out to this hole, and they had to sit there. Either I think they had like a 2-hour max limit, or if they aced, then they were done. I think we said if one of them aces, then they're all done. So they would go out ace on their first try and they would be done. I also wanted to, even though I didn't lose, I also wanted to go out and try to get some ace runs. And I think I emptied my bag, I think 1 time, and then a couple shots into my second time going around, I managed to ace, and I was there for probably 20-25 minutes or something like that. So pretty funny. Ledgestone Zone, I think I got this one at, I think it was Boomfest that I got it at. Pretty sick stamp. This one was in the bag for a while. The only thing I didn't like about it was the color, because during the fall it's very difficult to find if you land anywhere in the rough. I traded it for, I think it was like a pink Zone that I had, and ended up losing that one in the water at Hastings. So RIP. Trespass, shout out to the Trespass I lost over the summer. I thought this one could replace it, but my other one was actually, I didn't know that it was beat in, and so it flipped a lot more than this one did. And this one is definitely a harder plastic. I thought it would replace it. It is not replacing it. I do like the trespass. I mean, it's dynamic disc destroyer, but yeah. So it just says this one was from another monthly box from Foundation. Tested it out. Like I said, just disc grab drivers. This is a P Model OS from a tournament, Take the Lake in Hastings. I actually did bag this for, I think, one tournament, and I think it's just too deep for a throwing putter for me, which is what I used it as. I did throw it on a couple holes, but like I said, it's pretty much like the MB, but it's the rim is just too deep for me to be throwing like that. EMAC Truth, pretty sick stamp. This one I did try bagging for a while. I think it was trying to replace my Buzz, I think. It just didn't feel comfortable enough for me to continuously throw. Wasn't that reliable for me. So then I have two Tursus. This one was from another Foundation box. This one, actually, shout out Miguel, he gave this one to me, just a flippy mid. I did bag these for a while. All right, so next stack, I'm actually gonna hold off for these, and we're gonna do this one. This, I have no idea what it is. It's a mid from Prodigy, another one from the Take the Lake tournament. I think it's just an overstable mid, I'm pretty sure. Another one, this one was the Fairway Driver H7. This one I got at Nationals. I thought it was a really sick stamp. Just because I love the pick so much. I mean, it's a really cool overstable putter, but just doesn't fit the bag. PA5, another mystery box, really flippy putter. I did bag this for a while, but I thought it was too flippy, or I just didn't have enough touch. It might rotate back in the bag because that slot is still kind of open in my bag, but we'll see. DGA First Flight Avalanche. This thing is freaking beefy. I tried bagging this for a while. I do not have the arm speed or enough power just to even correctly try to get this to fly. I haven't thrown it in a while, so maybe I can now, but yeah, I mean, it's cool to have. It's just stupid overstable. The Raider, another mystery box. I mean, it's a 13 speed. I don't love too many 13 speeds. This one, it feels all right. I don't love how much dome it has. Mantra, 6 stamp. I got this, I think, trying to be like a flippy fairway or something. I don't love the plastic. I don't love how hard it is. I wish it was a little bit more gummy, a little bit more flexible. Now this disc, this one's pretty sick. This is a Michelin Hex. This is a 15 speed overstable driver. Shout out to my buddy Zach for putting me on this one. He had a yellow one, and I traded him another disc for it, and then I traded another buddy because he had this one, and I like red more than yellow. He likes yellow more than red, so we just switched. As you guys can see, it's got this like rough texture, not rough, but it's just got this weird texture, and then it's got these thumb placements to grip on it. So I don't know, it's cool just to have. Next up is this Outlaw. I got this as a prize, I think, for one of the tournaments. I think this one's pretty beefy. I don't remember. I actually don't even know what brand this is from. Oh, Legacy Discs. I don't know. Just don't throw it. Hypercane, another mystery box. Most of these discs are from mystery boxes. I kind of went crazy over this past summer and just ordered a bunch. Hypercane, 13404. I think this one's pretty beefy. This Rogue I actually fell in love with at one point. Just a really straight flying fairway, I think. Or no, it's an 11 speed. I fell in love with it, but then I started turning it over too much, and I just couldn't be bothered to learn how to rethrow it. So it just made its way out of the bag. Really sick Raptor, kind of cookies and cream. This one, I didn't realize at the time that it was a 164 gram. This one did have potential to make its way into my bag, but I just had other stuff that kind of did the same thing with it. But I mean, it's a good backup to have in case I lose all my other discs, but yeah. This is from the MVP Circuit Challenge last year, which I actually won the one in Hastings. Sorry, tied for first place. This is the Tempo. This was our putting putter along with another one. I think I actually putted with this one. But yeah, don't love it, don't hate it. Warship from the Trilogy Challenge. I actually thought about bagging this one for a hot sec, but I don't know, the bottom was a little too sharp for me. I didn't really like it that much, but yeah. P Model S, I don't know if you guys can see that. It's got a really like weird dome here. I don't really know what happened to this one. I don't think I've actually ever thrown it. I got it from one of my buddies, so I just kept it and then never threw it. Next up, Discraft Pulse. I wanted to love this disc. Discraft drivers, not my favorite, so. Another one from the Circuit Challenge. This one is a Runaway. This one is a Yukun disc, which I actually never saw before this one. It is Phoenix, I think, 13.6, -22. Really flippy. This was another disc that I just found on a course. This Pink Buzz, kind of a base plastic Buzz. I wanted to use this as my flippy driver, or my flippy mid-range, and it didn't work out. So Method 5503. This was supposed to be my overstable mid-range, and I actually might try this out again. I don't know, it was too straight for me at the time. So another MVP circuit. This one is the runway as well. Polecat. This was actually my first ever putter. I love this thing to death. Actually, so I was putting with this, and then we started the disc golf club over at Wayne. I didn't putt with it, so I decided to donate it to the club. It made its way around to like 3 to 4 people. And then when I finally saw it back in the club donation box, I snagged it up again because I realized that I still wanted it. I don't putt with it anymore. It's a freaking lid. I tried throwing it a couple times, but sentimental value pretty much. Alrighty, have my last 2 stacks here. These gonna start out with this one, Second Factory Rock 3. I wanted to try it out. It's got a weird beat on it. I don't like it too much. So MVP MV. I was putting with this at one point. It just feels really comfortable in the hands. Logic. Have actually aced with this one as well. That on the same hole. This one just flew dead straight at the basket. Regular MD3. Not a big fan of this run. I don't know what it is. Just felt too stable for me at the time for what I needed. Trike. Used to be in the bag for a hot sec. This was my flippy driver. It might go back. It might go back and forth with the groove, but we'll see. I was really excited for this destroyer. It's a Henna Bloom Rose destroyer. It's a glow plastic. It didn't work for me. This disc, I have no idea what it is. I've tried looking on the back. I've tried looking on the inside of the rim. If you guys can tell me what this is, if anyone knows, let me know. I did try bagging it for a while. It's got a decent bit of dome on it, but yeah, I have no clue what it is. So Vandal was also on the back for a while. Nice flippy fairway. I think I beat it in a little bit too much because it was flipping a lot. That's why I took it out. ESP Flex Zone. Shout out to the Arkansas boys from Nationals of last year. They actually put me onto this. I don't love it. I really wanted to love it. I love the way it feels, but I don't love the way it flies for what I want from the zone. Star Fox bat. This was supposed to be my flippy mid-range, but I don't love the feel of the rim. Maverick was in the back for a while. Super flippy. One of my perfectly beaten wraiths. As you guys can see, probably why I don't throw it anymore. I think it was last winter. I was very inexperienced in playing in the cold weather, and I think when I left my disc out in the car, went to go play around when it was like 20 degrees out, and off the first tee, I smacked the first tree, and this thing just split wide open. 3 DX Plastics Wraith. I have just cause leopard and another leopard. This one was actually my first ever ace disc. This one has a lot of sentimental value. I don't know how I aced. I don't think I can ever recreate that line. I guess it's better be lucky than good, right? These last couple ones I think are like some of my coolest discs just because of the stamp on them, not too much with the actual disc. If you guys have a PDJ member, you guys have probably gotten one of these. This one actually was from a tournament. I actually won the Trilogy Challenge here in my hometown. It's pretty sick. It's a Agent. This one I think is a really sick stamp, sick colorway. Collegiate National Championship is also another one. This one is a EMAC Truth. I got it at the Midwest Collegiate Disc Golf Championship. This one, another collegiate tournament at the Oklahoma Baptist University. Didn't love that course too much, mostly because it had been raining that whole week. And so by the time we got there, the whole course was just filled with mud. I believe this was my first ever collegiate event, the College Disc Golf Kickoff at the Mid-American West tournament. So that is all the discs that I have in my collection. Got all of those on the bed. Nothing too crazy, nothing too outlandish. I will be getting a ton of new discs. The collection is still gonna grow. I still have a lot more tournaments coming up, a lot more player packs coming. So I wouldn't be surprised if this collection doubled itself within the next year. So, all right, thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time.